So here we are. We're going to talk about the parent function for quadratics. We've been talking about quadratics, kind of, but this is the actual beginning of the quadratic unit for us. The parent function for the quadratic is y equals x squared. Remember, for linear, it was y equals x, and for exponential, it was y is equal to b to the x power, or the x is the exponent. For parent for this one is y equals x squared. It is the simplest form of all quadratics. Now, back beginning, remember I taught that anytime you wanted to find out how something looks, you could do this table of values and put some values in here. And I'm going to do it this way for this one. And then from now, after this, we're going to learn ways where you don't have to ever use table of values again. So if I plug in -2 and I square it, I'm going to get 4 here. If I plug in -1 and I square it, I'm going to get, 1. If I plug in a 0, I'm going to get 0. If I plug in 1 again, 1 squared is 1, and y equals 2 squared, and that's 4. Notice how this actually is a pattern right here. This -1 becomes +1. So you have somewhat of a pattern there. Now you have some points that you can plot, which is what I want you to do. Now you'll notice that these aren't going up. This is not something where you add something and can predict the next point in the list, because it goes from 0 to 1 and then it jumps to 4. All right, so if we plot all these points, let's do 0, 0 first, 1, 1, and then 2, 4. And it's the same on this side. If you'll notice that on this opposite side, these are symmetrical. This is 1 away from the y-axis. It's also 1 away here. This is 2 away from the y-axis. It's 2 away here. So this is actually a curve, and I'm going to draw this. It's going to be terrible, but I'm going to draw it anyway. Looks like that. And it's actually a parabola. So that's what they call any quadratic equation drawn. It makes a parabola, which is a curve. This thing is curving at all points. Mine is a terrible drawing, but that's what it looks like. That's the parent function of a quadratic.